Hello.
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 Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
How's it going, all you bombers out there? All you boomers.
Oh, you boomer.
What's up, boomers? Are you ready, brekkies?
Are you ready, brekkies? Oh.
Whoa! Here comes Dizzy It. Here comes Dizzy It breaking the overlay. Oh my gosh. Dizzy It, thank you so much for the support. You're fucking amazing. Thank you.
Go.
Wow.
I'm just mad at how vacuumous you become.
1,000 bits. That's incredible. Thank you so much. Your support means, like, I can't really put into words, but thank you. Thank you. Like, it makes a big difference, and it helps us keep doing this, which is amazing. So thank you for all the help.
Look, the nice ones
appreciate
back
it.
today.
We appreciate what. What do you say when people send money? Are you just like, whatever?
I say, good.
What? Doig?
Good.
Look at me. Behold. I've created a mech.
You've got
Out of
limbs.
the bits.
You've got limbs.
I do. I'm gonna hit you with my arm.
No.
Hell yeah.
Don't crystal slap me.
I'll crystal slap you into the next dimension. Get crystal slapped. Does everyone remember that game on the Crystal Maze? It was always my favourite. The crystal slap. Did you get rid of the red bits, Doig?
At the moment, yeah.
That's fair. Yo, Oyster! Hello, good morning! Dizzy, it says, become as bits. You've become one with the bits. How's everyone doing? I was just asking Mike.
Yeah.
I was like, do you find that... Because you've got the face tracking on again.
Yeah.
You really like it.
I
I noticed that you've had it on every morning since you built it. You seem to really like it. I was going to ask you, do you find that after you've been streaming with the face tracking, your face kind of hurts? Like streaming is more intensive when you have it on?
Not really. But
Is it because you don't perform much?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I guess I don't go for like the all the time.
Can you show us that again? Say something and use your streamer performance to enhance it. What should I
say?
Say, hey gamers, welcome to the Doig Swift stream.
I don't want to say hey gamers.
Say, what's up gamers?
What's up gamers?
I'm not sure if that makes it better. Try again.
No.
What's up gamers and welcome to the Doig Swift stream. Go on, say it.
No.
Go on.
What's up gamers and welcome to the Doig Swift stream.
Say it in streamer voice.
I can do it with not saying it.
Can you not do it if you also say it?
What's up gamers? Yeah, like that.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
I don't have that energy though.
No, I appreciate your energy. I was watching a little bit of the VOD yesterday and Doug and I were like, you kind of have Germa energy in this one. Like, unhinged, long pauses. What is he doing now? What's he doing now? Germa energy. Like, just...
Lost!
Yeah, the germification of Michael Doig. I'm like, when you are sleep deprived,
yeah,
you become more Germa-like.
I guess.
Peep the horror. Just disjointed thoughts coming out of Doig's head, and him just doing things that are not apparent to outsiders.
It's because I don't have you to rely on or bounce off of. So all the awkward pauses, that's where you would be.
I love it. It was very fun to watch. You're very funny.
Borger was very good.
Yeah.
I showed India Borger.
That was good. He did. Every single person is Doug's enemy. Everybody's running in the hall. Amazing. Yeah, he just pogs at sandwiches for like 10 minutes in silence. That's what he does now.
Oh.
Let's see. Hey! My copy of Glim in the mail is going to be my first physical book I'm reading in 5 years. This is for y'all. Thank you so much. I'm excited for you to get it.
Hey, I got one thing to say to that. One thing only.
What
well,
is
not one
it?
thing only. Read more books.
And I thought it was going to be thank you.
Do you like read manga online or something? Are you a weeb?
Do you like read manga? Yeah, wow. I wish I could read manga online, Doig. I want to read One Piece. Will you expect me to buy them all? There's like 7 million of them.
Oh, books?
Yeah.
Dude, you got Audible and you'd never get the books off of Audible.
It's because I'm not on Audible anymore. It's because I cancelled my account because I was tired of it being like, you have 70 tokens you haven't used.
I'm just reading chat.
Yeah, Doig's response to a bookseller is insult the customer. You bought my book, do you even read? How dare you read words on a screen, says Nipin Terakar. You should print out chat on a ticker tape machine.
That's what you're here for.
Imagine if Doig had a machine where chat was just a constant printout. Renee says I can recommend some Audible titles. You're too late.
Why are they too late?
I've cancelled my Audible.
I mean, you've tried.
I have done it. Oh wait, do we have it again? No, we don't. Wait, do we?
Yeah.
Do we have it again?
Well, I've got Prime.
Did you get Prime?
I think.
Doig, no. They keep taking my money.
Wait, I should have been. Do I?
Okay, send us those Audible recommendations, please.
I don't know if I have Prime or not. I might have had it at one point. I'll need to check.
Okay, we'll check.
But
Feel free to send us book recommendations anyway. Maybe someone in chat wants them.
I definitely don't use my Twitch Prime thing.
Ulster says face tracking has made Doig more evil, and I love it. Like we were saying the other day, when Doig first started with the face tracking, he was worried because he was like, "Oh no, now people can see how happy I am. They're not going to think I'm evil anymore." And in actual fact, being able to see Doig's joy has made him more evil, because now everyone can see how happy he is when he insults people and gets sassy. Look at him! Look at him! He means no good. He means only don't you do that. I know that you mean harm to everybody. Hey Doug, imagine if a baby fell down some stairs. He didn't do it. He's so strong. Doug, you breaking.
Is there a musical track with it?
Hey Doug, imagine if I fell down some stairs. Okay, that did it. That did it.
That made me remember when you did.
It just has to be the one you love.
No, you made me remember the time that you fell down the stairs like a toddler and like went down.
What do you mean like a toddler?
You fell down, landed on your butt, and then slid the rest of the way.
Well, any adult could do that.
Yeah, but that was the time that you fell down the stairs, but it was funny, so I laughed at that one. If you ended up in a coma type fall stairs, I wouldn't laugh.
You better not. You better not. I'd come to you in
I give it at least 2 months.
I'd come to you in my coma dreams and haunt you if that ever happened and you laughed. If I ever end up in a coma and Doug laughs about it, everybody has permission to change my will and leave everything to Twitch chat instead. to my Sonic shrine, I leave to Twitch chat.
Wouldn't you just
You
give
can't
that
have
directly
it.
to Onsta?
Hmm?
Wouldn't you
Yeah,
give-
Onsta can have my Sonic shrine and all my Sonic comics. Chat can have everything else. I don't have anything else, chat. You okay there, Doig?
Yeah, I'm out of breath.
He's too happy about thinking about me falling down some stairs.
No.
Evil little bear.
I'm a revenge bear.
Are you Punch?
Kind of.
No. No one should ever be Punch. Anyway, how are you all doing this morning? How are you doing, Doig? Did you sleep okay?
Oh, Damers. Transgender.
Di-
Pride,
Did gorgeous.
I think the last
I
two
guess
were
that was
emotes.
probably emotes, yeah. Thamers is pretty good. What's up, Thamers? Where you going? You little trundle. Hagseed by Margaret Atwood, or literally anything with Margaret Atwood. She's an amazing writer. I don't like reading Margaret Atwood because it's too real. It reminds me of all the terrible things that are happening in the world. She's very good, but I wouldn't say reading her books is a fun escapist time.
Would it be possible to the snapshot? Would it be possible to the snapshots again, like in the Discord?
Would it be possible to do the snapshots again?
Do you mean to send the snapshots to a Discord server? And what do you mean by again? That never happened.
Maybe when you first did it, people were just putting the snapshots in the server. But we could probably do that. We could just drop them in afterwards if you guys want. But yeah, Margaret Atwood's amazing. Like, I've read The Handmaid's Tale, and it was incredible, but also it was deeply harrowing. What, you meant Hagseed is a comedic novel from Margaret Atwood? I don't believe you.
Do you want me to give you the zoom in button? Ah!
Do I not have it? Hi guys. Hi Thamers.
Is that thing switched on?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think you have it at the moment, but let me just...
Nothing works, Doig.
What are you trying to get to work?
Ragdoll, tiny mode.
Yeah, none of that stuff I don't think is hooked up anymore. Go to page 3.
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, it changed, and I was like, maybe it's updated now.
Okay.
Hi, Onsta. Onsta. I fell asleep to the Pokemon Fusions VOD, and people said hi, India, and it's just so nice, and thank you, and it's so sweet. It makes me feel so happy. I'm just watching a VOD, and people are like, hi, India. And I was just like, hi, India.
Queen.
It's so sweet. Thank you. That's a good duck. The duck's pogging. Is that duck a streamer? Wow! It looks like it's your head. It fits on your body real well.
It does. This is me forever now.
I love your little trundle walk. You're just stomping around.
I love it as well.
So good. What are you going to be up to today, Doig?
Working on the raid cinematic still.
Oh, cool. Doig tried to show me some stuff yesterday and it all broke as soon as he tried to show it to me.
I'm so
It was
mad.
very funny for me and very annoying for Doig.
Okay, so you see on the stream deck for you, you see the little button that looks like a target.
Yeah.
Press it.
Is this mine?
That's your zoom in.
Is this for me?
Yeah.
I like it. Thank you. Cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to the art room?
Sure.
Hey, hey, I wasn't ready. This is a new stream now. It's just gonna always be zoomed into me. Like it just. Perfect. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Hi, everybody. This is great. This is a good button. I like it. Hey! Yeah! Every single person is my enemy!
I'm here.
Hey, look, Doig, it's a burger.
No! No!
There we went. What was that expression? You did a little woo. Can you look surprised and do an ooh? It's very cute. It's very cute. I like it a lot. Hey, Doug, can you catch this in your mouth if I throw it at you? My Borg.
I'd catch it in my mouth.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Let's try. You ready?
Nah.
Okay, you ready? Almost. Okay, Doig, you can stop now. It's very convincing. What do you think to having it so when we pick up something, then Y becomes the context button for that thing? So if I have a cup of tea, it does a little sip.
Well, that's the shoulder button on it.
Okay.
As a context for a pickup.
Cool. How about having it do something? What do you think?
Sure. Okay.
Cool.
How about having it do something? So
Well,
what would you want a drink to do?
I'd want it to lift up and do a sip.
Maybe I should do like picking up stuff like a drink to be like in your hand a little bit more.
I'd like that. That'd be great. Rather than you using your amazing powers of levitation.
Holmes. Yeah.
Just slide in. I'm having a slide here. Here I go. Here I go. I'm going. Hit the sofa. Ain't it always the way?
The moon shuffle slide.
Don't see me sliding. Nice. Alright, I'll follow you. Like your party member.
Okay.
Promise I won't stab you in the back. It's hard because I'm a little faster than you.
Dude.
So it's like the party member has to just wait every now and then. It's like this in real life because my legs are so much longer than Doig's.
No, they're not.
It's the opposite in real life. I have to jog. It's just like an RPG party.
I kind of want to make this a thing.
It'd be pretty cool,
It
right?
would be pretty cool. We'd be a good RPG little thing. I've got the sword for it.
You do got the sword for it. What am I going to be in Tunic? We were talking about this the other day. We haven't played it, so we don't really know anything about it. But I was like, well, if you're dressed up as Tunic the Fox,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that their name is Tunic and that's why it's called Tunic. Am I just going to be a little Swifty? Or should I be something else? While chat tells me what they think about that, I can read ADHD Rexes. I wanted to share a little magical moment I saw yesterday. I noticed a squirrel walking around with an avocado peel in its mouth. It looked like it was holding a bowl. It adjusted the peel with its paws and it flipped it onto its head like a helmet. It stayed like this for a solid 10 seconds and even looked my way. Kind of thing that happens once in a lifetime. That squirrel's getting ready for war. That squirrel is like, well, I need to find armor. I could be R.D. Lightfoot. I don't know who that is. I could be another JRPG animal. Oh, I see. So ID Lightfoot's another JRPG animal. Just be a chaos sorcerer of a thing.
You could just be a wizard.
I could be with yeah. No spoilies. No spoilies.
We need to get you a witch's hat.
Yeah. Swifty, get me Majima. That would be thematically appropriate.
I feel like I already made you a witch's hat way back when.
I could be a chest. I could just wear a chest. Like some kind of kid's Halloween costume with my head poking out the top. So you have a really good costume. And I just have like the Walmart kids section equivalent.
And then like I press Y to bring this out, but you could press Y to open the chest.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of like that.
Da 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 da. Treasure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like that. And if you sit down, you just hide as a chest.
The other idea we had was that maybe I could be a fairy and just be free flying. Oh, I remember RD Lightfoot. I remember RD Lightfoot. You showed me them before, Onster. They look so cool. I love their design. Here we are. They look so cool. Honestly, they kind of wear the kind of fashion I would. You want wings on your hat and dungarees? Hell yeah.
Cool. Are you sharing your screen today?
I thought I probably wouldn't.
Okay.
I don't have anything specific to work on apart from work.
Okay.
Sorry, I was off mic for that bit. I had to lean over and pet a cat. She likes to roll over right next to my chair, so I have to like duck down and pet her belly.
At least she's next to your
She's
chair.
so
She's
cute.
never close to my chair.
Hi. Oh, Doig, look.
India, you could watch Germa clips.
I could watch German clips. I could. Has anyone got any good German clips they want to send in?
The clip thing yesterday was working real well.
That's great. Good job, Doig.
Thanks.
Answer says I can get some. Answer, please send me your favorite German clips. Like, send me your favorite 3.
What?
Everybody running in the halls. Every single person is my enemy. On Twitch or off Twitch?
It'd have to be a Twitch clip.
Oh, hello. She actually jumped onto my knee. She's gone now, but she was there for like 3 seconds. She's being very cute. She wants pets from both me and Doig. Wow, what a cutie. Until she freaks out and jumps off the platform she was on. God, that scared me. She just suddenly went...
Got one.
Go on. Here we are.
Assume positions.
Everyone assume the German positions. What is he... What is this?
Westminster Agility Championship.
What's he doing?
Gabby just can't wait to go.
Oh, I see. Tiny German. Whoever edited this is incredible. What a goat.
Gabby has to beat 43.20. No, that's fine. It's just time. It's just time.
Wow.
We're taking the long way around here.
Go on, German. You can do it. Yeah.
But this is a young dog.
Through the weave.
Whoa, German.
Motors, look at those weaves.
Wow. Wow. He's incredible. Holy shit.
Young dog.
That's so good. That's so good. I can't believe it. Wow, Germa. Wow.
That was really good.
Yeah, whoever edited that is truly the greatest of all time.
So did he must have provided all of the movement stuff.
Yeah, so
Green screen
Germa
stuff.
does a thing. This is what I know about him. People can correct me if I'm wrong because I only recently discovered Germa. But as far as I know, he does a few, like, a few streams or something
Hmm.
every year where he does a green screen session, and he just records a bunch of stupid footage of him doing various things, and then he holds a movie night where people submit what they've created with his green screen clips,
Oh, that's really
and he
funny.
watches through all of them with Twitch chat.
That's really good.
So yeah, so he's got some real awkward cursed green screen footage. Like, I think he did one where he pretends to be a dinosaur that he hates, but because he hates it, of course, everyone uses it all the time. You know how it is, Doig.
What? How do I know how it is?
You know, when you say to Twitch chat, I hate this, never do it again. And then they're like, oh, you
Oh.
do you?
Yeah. People just like to see other people uncomfortable.
People just like to play. Is this another one? Or do we go on to a recommended vid?
I think this is just at the end of the clip. I think maybe it's a playlist of ones or something, and like that might be him watching the edited videos that you were describing, so it's went on to the next clip.
Gotcha. That is very good, honestly. Thank you very much.
Last year, Jerma was a floor announcer for chess boxing.
Wait, was he actually, or was he green screened in as one? Lovesick Like a Dog says, can someone bring up the clip of him criticizing the Lord of the Rings green screen clip?
We love Jerma in this house.
We love Jerma.
If only because
He's so fucking funny.
India watches him and then tells me about him.
I do. And the thing is, you can never describe Jerma adequately to someone. Like, whenever I try to describe something that I found funny to Doig that happened on a Jerma stream, it's just I'm incapable of describing it in a way that properly conveys
Does the zoom in work good on this?
what's great about Jerma.
Sort of.
Sort of. Have you guys seen the Jerma animated that person does? What are they called?
Oh, they're great. They're
Is it
amazing.
Korzek or something? I think it's Koroks. That's it. Thank you very
Korzek.
much. Thank you, Korzek. Korzek knew. It's Korzek. Who?
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Korzek. Yeah.
Think about what if he does. Hold on, pause it. Alright, this is so stupid. It sucks, it's not even funny. Personally, I think this is terrible. You're a bad editor, hand. You're ugly. I didn't say that. That's not true. Stupid. What? I didn't say that.
Nothing about this.
That's not me. That's not me talking. I'm I don't think I'm just gonna skip
I
this one.
hate this. This is terrible.
This is I don't know. This one's stupid.
It says someone just took a voice clip of him criticizing something and played it over the top of the Lord of the Rings
I
clip.
think they put it in their own video.
Yeah, so like it sounded like he was criticizing it when he wasn't. But it's
This
some
isn't
next
even
level.
funny.
Yeah, next level trolling from his audience there. Yeah, insane metaplay to submit a clip where you also have a commentary track from him over it, like he's saying it live.
That's really good.
That's great. Again, please.
Do it again.
Hmm. How do we do it again, Doig? I don't know how.
Matthew did it.
Oh.
Think about what if he does. Hold on, pause it. Alright, this is so stupid. It sucks. It's not even funny. Personally, I think this is terrible. You're a bad editor, hand. You're ugly. I didn't say that. That's not true. What? I didn't say that. Nothing about this. That's not me. That's not me talking. I don't think I'm just gonna skip this one.
This is terrible.
I don't know. This one's stupid.
It's so good. It's so good. Say that that's not me. It blatantly is him.
Yeah, that honestly freaks me out.
It's so good. Oh, Jerma, light of our lives.
I didn't say that. That's not me. Is not the thing you say to something that is your voice.
Bad editor and ugly is a deadly combination of an insult. You're a bad editor. You're ugly. Wow, Germa, really going for the jugular there.
The ugly.
Did somebody say next game?
This is loud.
Where
Yeah,
is
let
he?
me load up Yakuza. In the middle of the damn desert, man. What are you talking about? Next game. Like, I'm gonna go to my computer.
Next game. This one's boring. Next one. Next game. Next game.
Like I can load up Yakuza.
Next game, Germa. Why is he in the desert? And then he ate a rock. No, Germa, don't. Don't eat rocks, Germa. Why is he there? Why am I there? Look, there I am.
Where are you?
It's my tunic cosplay. Yeah, we were considered, just to like touch back on the discussion because I completely forgot what we were talking about. We were thinking I could be like a little free floating fairy or something.
I like the chest idea.
You like you like the bad cosplay idea way better.
Yeah.
Okay, so long as we make it as goofy as possible.
Okay. Then we can call it India's big chest cosplay. And get all the views.
I can finally get a ton of views on YouTube by being a VTuber with a big chest. Finally.
We put wobble physics on it.
Wobble physics on the chest. No, you keep your wobble physics away from my chest.
Okay, too far.
At last. Trying to think of some kind of good pun about opening a chest, but like where it's like, oh, you get, oh no, you can peek at the person's chest, but I can't think of one. I'm not. Oh, I'm not. Hello. She jumped on my knee for like 1 second again. Get it with big wobbly toe. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like wearing that. No, that makes me feel weird.
Maybe you could like, if you, we could have a thing that hides your body, so you can like sit down and hide as if you were a chest, and then press a button to make it like, be like.
What if I'm just a chest with a Swift face?
No, I think your face should be inside the chest.
Inside it?
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
Because then you won't be able to see me until I open the chest.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want this to be like Hans. I want this to be an outfit where I can competently sit with you while you play a game. And talk and chat with you without needing to always open the chest so people can see my face. See, it says, oh, the mimicry. Hey, where are you?
Everybody is my inventory.
It's amazing.
Do you get it?
I just looked. Yes, I'm sorry. I was distracted because she moved, so I looked under the desk to see her, and she's just done that thing where if you've got a cat, you'll know when they smell something they don't like, they just hang their mouth open.
Yeah.
At you, like in a gormless expression, and I looked under the desk and she was just staring at me with that expression. I was like, what is it? Gormless cat.
Look, dude, that combo
Yeah.
was very good.
Which combo?
You were like, or someone who said, oh, the mimicry.
I did. Well, I said it, but I didn't say. Well, I did. I read it from chat. I didn't. I didn't make it. Me just taking credit for a very good joke. It was me.
That combo of oh, the mimicry, everybody is my inventory, is good.
Oh, the mimicry. Every single person wants my inventory.
Is that the lyrics? Every single person.
Yeah.
Every single person.
What's my inventory?
Once my inventory is better, I think, yeah.
Hi. Look. Do you want me to just pick you up or something? You got.
Throw her. You gonna pick her up?
I don't know. I think she's gonna run away if I try.
I keep body slamming Kuma onto the couch. It's so fun.
So fun. He loves it so much. He purrs his head off whenever you do it.
Softly.
I keep walking to a hole and just finding him on his back with his belly out, just lying. Like he's been there for 10 minutes waiting for someone to walk past so that they would pet his belly.
Yeah.
He's like, I won't go find the people. They will come to me.
Belly magnet.
Anyway, let's hop over to the art zone.
Okay.
Let's hop over, Doig. Wow! That was incredible. I didn't expect the hopping to happen so fast.
This one. Then this one.
Alright, I'm
There we are.
As soon as I put a foot down, she was like, I'm out of here!
Yeah, she must want something. Go see what she wants.
I fed them, so she
Water.
should be okay.
Give her the bath.
Give her the bath.
Give her the
She's
bath.
got a water fountain on. Hey, Kezek, what's up? So yeah, I was thinking,
You were thinking.
beyond Tunic,
Yeah.
this is my thought. I'm pretty sure that Toby Fox is gonna release Deltarune stuff this year.
Okay.
So do we just wanna get a head start on making a cool Deltarune stream setup? So that when it drops, we're just like, fucking yeah, engage the Deltarune.
Okay. You
So here's what I was thinking.
Wait. Before you even begin. Okay. We agreed that we would have 2 major events this year. Or the stream overlay.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
What we said was we should figure out what the events are now so that we can put them on the calendar and then have plenty of time for you to make stuff for them so we
Right.
don't have to rush.
Okay, well. 2.
Mm.
So, does Deltarune replace Halloween or Winter
Bush.
Cold Party?
Cold party, neither. It's additional.
No!
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
That's pretty cute.
You get 2.
That's pretty cute.
Swifty, you get 2.
Who is this? Who is this by? That's extremely good. That's very cute. Martina, by you. I love it. I love it. Maybe a mimic isn't a bad idea.
Yeah.
I'm being sold by Martina's drawing. It's so cute. If it can always be slightly ajar like that, then I'm up for it.
Slightly ajar is pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, I don't want it to replace either. I mean, we're doing a fair amount for this Tunic playthrough.
That's true.
You've done face tracking and made yourself an outfit, and you're going to make me an outfit. But you wouldn't-
Apparently.
But you wouldn't... I mean, you wanted to.
Make you a chest outfit.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I got a chest ready
I could
to
just
go.
be me, but small, if you want.
No, we'll make you a chest. It's funny.
Or you could just make me a little robe.
I'm not making you a robe.
Just texture my
I'm making-
t-shirt a little bit
you were
different.
gonna be this.
Well, there you are. So Deltarune will be no different. Loves it like a dog says, God, I'm horrifically invested in Deltarune. Same. We're in the same boat. Welcome to the Deltarune canoe. Welcome to the Deltarune swan boat in acid.
So go on. Okay, what?
Okay. So I was just thinking that if Deltarune does drop sometime this year,
Yeah.
it would be so cool to have like a really good stream setup for it. Because Deltarune is something that's really special to us for a variety of reasons. For one thing, Undertale was one of the first games Doug and I properly played together. And it wasn't on stream. It was before we streamed or had a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But that experience is really special to me. And Deltarune is like one of the best Let's Plays we have up. And I'm really excited about the next one. So I'd love to do something special for it. And it would be really cool to have an awesome stream set up, just ready for it to go. So
Yeah.
I was thinking, I don't have a lot of ideas yet, but one of the ideas I had was that we could have our normal selves like this for when we're in the overworld. But whenever we go to a dark world, we could have dark world versions of ourselves that we swap into.
Okay. Kind of like that.
Yeah, so it would just be like probably a bit of a recolor and a different outfit. And we can swap between them depending on whether we're in the overworld or the dark world. Just like Susie and Chris do.
Could I become more monstrous?
Yeah, you could do whatever you want, Doig. Like in Deltarune, it seems to be like a recolor and a different outfit based on kind of what D&D class you are, but you could do whatever you want.
I got some ideas.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What ideas do you have?
Fancier antlers.
I'd like a little hat. But yeah, we could design our Dark World counterparts on a stream sometime, and then that'd be a really fun thing to do, I think. That's all I've got so far. Apart from that, I think it would just be nice to have like a nice stream layout for ambience. But I was thinking we could also have, you know, I could make some custom emotes for it that we can enable when the time comes. Or we could have some rewards that we think of that would be good for it that we can enable when the time comes.
That sounds really cool. Okay.
Yeah, like things like having a Star Walker emote for when he shows up and stuff. And we can replace them back with the regular emotes after the stream.
Yeah.
But have specific Deltarune ones for people for when we play. Let's see. It loves it like a dog says, FYI, so your prep decisions are educated as possible. Chapters 3, 4, and 5 are being released all together in a bundle, but it's not out of question for Toby to break it up on a whim. Chapter 2 was originally supposed to be released with the rest of the game, actually. Yeah. Rene right here, there's no Deltarune news. Just let me quash that immediately, because I know that it'd be really exciting if there was. There's no Deltarune news. We're literally just talking about if there is Deltarune stuff that happens this year, can we get prepped for it so that when it inevitably drops out of nowhere one day, which is Toby's way, we are just ready to go. I think if it drops at some point, it would probably be around October.
It's usually around then, right?
Yeah. But what do you think? Do you have any ideas for what you think would be cool for it?
Yes. I think we could have a dark door
Ooh.
that opens up on the ship that we walk through to become our other selves. And that's it, really.
I feel like it'd be nice to have a button to do it as well, though, because it will happen during gameplay, so we won't be able to see the ship.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
But having a door's not a bad idea, because they have that, like, sans dimensional door
Yeah.
in Deltarune.
Yeah. So you were saying, like, won't it just start inside of a dark world, though?
I don't know. How would I know?
Because the way that things ended.
Yeah, it might. Martina says, "Will my cupcake turn into a butterscotch cinnamon pie?" Maybe.
How did you get to this state, Martina?
Revolution! She looks like she's like, "Come on, everyone, we can do it. We're marching on the Doig and Swift stream today."
Okay, well, if
Nordrost says, "Is Deltarune a game self-standing game away from Undertale, or do they intertwine in some way?" The answer is that you could play Deltarune without ever having played Undertale and still really enjoy it and get the whole story and get all the characters. However, if you play Undertale first, there's DNA that's shared with that game. For example, a lot of the characters are also in Undertale, but because it's basically like an AU, like a separate world, they don't act like they know anything about what happened in that game. So playing Undertale kind of informs your knowledge about it, but doesn't necessarily... you don't necessarily have to have played Undertale to play Deltarune.
From what I understand, Deltarune is the original. Undertale is the smaller game that Toby felt he could make with the same asset.
Yeah, which is very interesting, right? Like, Deltarune was the game that Toby wanted to make since he was a teenager, but he made Undertale instead because he wanted to start with something small. Yeah, Dino Christ says, this is intended for people who have completed Undertale, tells on a website. I suspect it's going to become more intertwined with Undertale in the later chapters.
Maybe so.
Because so far there isn't anything that means that you should have played it. So that implies to me that they might become more intertwined later on.
I feel like certain characters have been changed because of their involvement in Undertale.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. But yeah, I definitely recommend playing Undertale either way, though. Just because you can complete Undertale in like 6 hours if you really want to, and it's very good.
Can people hear the music?
Yeah, can you guys hear the music?
Or is it...
I mean, I can't in the room. Barely, no, very faintly.
Why is that turned down?
Now you can you? Pilky says there's music. There's
Yeah.
always music. There's always meant to be music.
I was watching the stream yesterday and I was like, I can't hear any music.
Mm-hmm. If we turn it up, you guys tell us when it's at a good volume. Swifty is all the music I need. Ah, thank you.
Okay, this is good now.
Fullbacker says, thanks for all the hours of entertainment you bring to my mornings while I work. You guys are amazing and an inspiration. Have a nice one. Fullbacker, you're amazing. Thank you very much. I know that feeling of working alongside a stream. I do it too all the time. It's nice just to have something on, right? You're super welcome. I hope that work is going well. Oh, good luck money hole. I didn't even see it was a good luck money hole. Thank you very much for letting me know. Good luck money hole.
Hey, good luck.
Fullbacker, may good fortune follow you all of this day. Good luck to you. Have a fantastic and lucky day. I hope everything goes super well. Best of luck. You got this. Yeah. So what were your ideas, Doig? You said you had some.
I've run out. I haven't got any more.
What do you mean you ran out? You... The door, was it?
Yeah. Well, I started to think about how Deltarune Dark Worlds are themed, but we don't know what the next theme is.
We need to have like an egg emote for when we get the egg from this chapter.
Yeah, egg's good.
Can we change bits to peepees?
What?
Can we change bits to peepees?
What's Peepus?
It's the blue egg that Spamton covets. He's always on about peepus.
Sure. Wouldn't that have been in the... Yeah, I guess we can make reference to like chapter 1 and chapter 2. Since we don't know what chapter 3 will be.
Yeah, I mean, we can't reference anything else. That's literally all we have to go off.
Yeah.
Good morning, Ula. How's it going?
We could have Stampton. And turn...
Stampton! Just to give him a little, like, mime makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that mean Trashbot will be Jevil?
I mean... He's a trash Jevil.
Lancer India.
No, you'd be Birdly.
Lancer's no. Don't make me Birdly. I hate Birdly. Lancer's my favorite. I need that bike. Wow.
What if we just remade all of Undertale or Deltarune
Well, then that would be plagiarism, Doig.
and
What do you mean?
self-insert characters in there?
Oh, you want to mod it?
Oh no, I just make it.
I think that might be plagiarism, Doig.
No, but we wouldn't sell it. I'm not saying let's make the game. I mean, like
Toby doesn't sell it either.
we could make like a dialogue system and stuff.
Oh, I see. That'd be cool. Yeah, you mean like create the framework so that the stream could appear like a game.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
And then we'd have to like walk like as if we're on squares.
It might be a little bit much, but I like where your head's at. Like we could definitely
follow system.
we could definitely change the chromos to be in the text boxes
Oh yeah.
and stuff.
I might do that anyway. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. I can do anything, trash gremlin. Doig dressed as Susie. Susie's probably Doig's favourite character.
No, she's not.
Who's your favourite?
Mm,
It's Susie, isn't it? You just want to be contrarian.
why do you think Susie's my favorite character?
I just get the feeling.
I quite like what's his face?
What's his face? Ralsei.
Yeah, I like Rousey more than Susie.
Really?
Yeah.
What the heck?
I mean, she's only Scottish when I do the Scottish voice for her.
It's true. I like Scottish Susie though. It's pretty good. Yeah, it does fit.
Does
it does fit.
I've always felt like it didn't fit. But
I'd be
we just
interested.
rolled with it.
I'd be interested to see what your Dark World being would look like though, Doig.
Maybe we should draw them.
Yeah, I mean, what? Describe it to me since you're programming right now.
Well, you see how we did the original designs for us.
Uh-huh.
And then I'd do some art for the thumbnail for when we were doing Deltarune prep way back.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably look more like that.
But that's just what you look like now.
No, it's not.
A green bear with a purple scarf.
Yeah, I would be a green bear with a purple scarf. But
Doig, that's what you are. That's what you are right now.
Fancy.
How would you be more fancy?
My antlers would be more fancy.
How? Would they be longer?
Yeah, a bit more curved.
What do you think you would wear on your torso?
I'd be more wizardy,
Oh.
and my glasses would be dark, and I would have glowy eyes,
Nice. I like that.
and my cheeks would glow as well.
Your cheeks would glow like a
Yeah.
Pikachu.
Why you have to ruin it? Pikachu's cheeks don't glow,
They do when they're electric.
do they?
Mhm.
What's Pikachu from again?
Pokemon. Undertale.
I really like keeping up the appearance that I hate Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if those were two separate sentences or if that was one sentence.
One sentence.
Well, that means you really like it.
No, it doesn't. That's in a whole.
You said
other
keeping
sentence.
up appearances.
Yeah, I don't hate Pokemon. I'm not like.
It's Doig high. Possibly, I don't know.
Is it still in life?
There's too many tangos.
I want one. Now that you've said that,
Yeah,
I have a
sorry.
problem.
You do have a
I have
problem.
a tango problem.
With Hyacinth Bucket. He's just high on too much sugar. Did Doig eat Old Death meat? Almost certainly. I don't know if that's it though.
No, but I did eat.
Uh-huh.
Did eat this.
Oh my gosh, it's still there. No, I've seen what's under the packet, Doig.
No! No! My
Oh, I
shame.
got you.
No!
I got you now. I got you now.
No.
Okay, guys.
No.
You all have one guess each as to what you think is on Doig's desk right now.
No.
And it's pretty wild. I'll give you the clue. It's a type of food that's on the desk.
No.
Ula says ham. Beesbot says bread. Hinker says ham. Desk meat. Ham, turkey dinner, ham. Pepperoni. You're closer with pepperoni, Ulster. Hot dog, watermelon. Salami, sausage. Pizza, says Scriblin. Scriblin, did you say pizza? Ulster, did you say pizza? It's an entire cooked pizza. Just on his desk, on a plate, from 3 days ago? 4 days ago? An entire cooked pizza. and a whole pizza. A whole pizza. I mean, Doig has a reason he hasn't eaten it. The wild thing is that it's still there, but there's a fair reason he hasn't eaten it. Go on, Doig, defend yourself.
There's no defense.
There's no defense.
I put a pizza in the oven, and then I was working, and then I either didn't hear an alarm or hadn't set it. No, I had set it. I checked the alarm. It was like, it had gone. I missed the alarm, and I overcooked the pizza, and it was burned. So I left it on my desk to cool before I could put it in the bin, because I didn't want to put like oven hot pizza in a bin and melt the plastic and get all weird. Ow. And it's still there.
It's just still there. It's just still on the desk.
Wow.
So it's essentially a frisbee, because it's so burnt. It's just a hard disc of Tsar. But it's wild that it's just an entire cooked pizza. He's got the pizza in his hands now. He's banging it on the desk. That's him
Hello?
knocking on the pizza. Throw it away. He put it back on his desk. I'm like, throw it away, you heathen. He's going. That's good. We shamed him into tidying it up. It's a vinyl record now. Someone play it on a record player. Rand says, see, that's why you dunk slices of the crispy pizza in milk. You soften it up. Ugh. Burnt milky pizza. That sounds terrible. Ula says, I'm so confused. What are you confused about, Ula? It's gone. We did it, guys. We pressured Doig into throwing away the old pizza. Read your previous message. Let me scroll up. 1 sec.
It's gone now.
Where are you? Where are you? Alright, Ula says you put the burnt pizza on a plate, brought it to your office to wait for it to cool so you could throw it out. Agreed. You know what it really was? You know what it really was? He wanted to come through with the burnt pizza and look sad in front of me, because he knew that if he walked into the room with a burnt pizza looking sad like he was about to eat it, I'd say, oh Doig, it's okay, you can order in if you burnt your pizza. It was all a ploy so that he could order a pizza instead of cooking his own pizza. And then once it had done its job, it just stayed on the desk. Yeah, I got your number, Doig. I know what you were doing. You just wanted me to see your sad face because you knew I couldn't say no to a sad face with a burnt pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, mastermind. 100%. I knew it was a ruse, but I wasn't going to let you just sit there and be hungry or have to eat a burnt
genuinely
pizza.
sad about it. I was going to give it my best go. I did the same at your mom's house over Christmas.
Ula says, why did you need permission to order? Because I'm trying to get us to order less so we can eat better.
I didn't need permission. I didn't even ask.
You knew that I would volunteer this to you.
I didn't know.
Yes, you did. I could see it in your eyes. I could see it in your eyes. You came through and you demonstrated the burntness of your pizza to me so that I would feel sorry for you. Yeah, my one weakness, sad bears with burnt pizzas. It's okay, Doig. Don't worry about it. I'm glad you enjoyed the pizza you got. Eat better does not equal frozen pizza. It's true, but I think pizza you get from the store is probably a little bit better than pizza you'd order from a takeaway.
Maybe. Ah.
And it means that I'm not pressured to order anything when Doig orders, so that we're not paying a lot of money for delivery for just one thing. You'd say it's not better. Interesting. I assumed that it would be because it would be less greasy. It's also cheaper to just buy one from the store, so it's good for our wallets as well. Doig could go out and pick up the pizza. It's true, but he wasn't gonna.
I was ill.
He was not going to. Let's put it that way. We have a really nice pizza place in town, actually. It's very good. Also says, just be like Thor and grow a mushroom shed and all the ingredients, right? I wish. That'd be awesome.
Oh, wow, yeah. Oh.
Ula says, if you can get some fresh yeast, making a pizza is real simple. We've got a real good recipe that I really want to use from my friend Reika, who's a pizza making expert. Oh, what? Because X says this whole shit reminds me of a past housemate stored and ordered pizza in the shared oven for a week. You can't store a pizza in an oven. Number one, no one else can use the oven. Number two, that's a warm place to put something. That's how mold grows. Why not in the fridge?
What is it?
They were storing it.
What a schnozzle.
Were they intending to eat it? It was moldy. I'm not surprised. What the heck?
Those are just like the kind of thing of like, there's no room in the fridge for this. But I don't want to just set it on the counter.
People are weird, man. Like, cut that pizza up. Put it in some tup. Molded extra flavor. No!
Did you know that bread, mold on bread, you don't see it first, you taste it first.
Mm-hmm.
And then it appears, there's mold in bread before you can see it.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all.
So you know when you got a loaf of bread and you have that one slice and you're like, tastes a bit different. But it's not moldy yet, so it should be okay.
I have eaten
mold.
Yeah, I have eaten bread where I've eaten a bit and I've been like, there's an edge of that smell of mold here. Yeah. But I normally just take it as being like, it's right on the edge and the bread is about to turn, so I shouldn't eat any more slices
and
of
I'm
it.
about to turn.
It's about to turn.
No, you know what they call the last slice of the bread?
I don't know, the zombie?
The end of a loaf of bread?
Yeah.
On the end, it doesn't even matter.
Wow, Doig. Wow. Nice. The heel, the butt. Because it says, I stole my loaves of bread in the fridge. And Martina says, when I make bread, it goes straight in the freezer. That's good. Our fridge is very small.
We could freeze bread, though. But we don't have a toaster.
We might be able to freeze bread. But yeah, it would take a while to defrost.
We should probably freeze bread more often, though.
Yeah.
Hot take, freezer ruins bread.
That is a hot take. So it's a cold take right there.
Martina counters with get better bread.
Nice.
US bread is a bit different. Kitco, are you European? Are you European?
US bread is full of sugar, right? So it lasts longer.
It's full of shit.
Wow.
It is though. You know, what?
Thanks, Ben, for the sponsorship. We appreciate it.
The temptation to time Ben out rising.
No,
Why not?
because it's funny. It's a funny joke.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I paid a whole 1,000 Dogo bucks that sponsorship, right?
Yeah.
On our sponsorships, the sponsors. Wait, that's still how a sponsorship works. On our sponsorships, the sponsors pay us to. That is how it normally works.
Yeah, it is.
Yep, that's a sponsorship. Wow, Shnu says years ago in my 3rd year, new house was telling me that the previous dude was found defrosting chicken on the radiator. Why? Why not just in the oven?
It's warm.
I don't understand.
Wait, you defrost chicken in the oven?
Why not? You either just leave it on the side in a pan or something.
Put it in the bath.
Don't put it in the bath.
Put it in the bath.
No. Ran says, back when my house was particularly financially struggling, I used to use the bread maker we had to make fresh loaves of bread almost every day, then add mustard and mayonnaise to a slice, and eat bread sandwiches. My father, who had moved out, was exceptionally disappointed when he learned 80% of my diet consisted of said bread sandwiches, but it was what I had to do to survive for no cash. Yeah, right? Mood. Back when I was in college, I used to survive on these 8p noodles you could get from...
Oh, yeah.
From, I think it was Tesco's. Back then, but they had these packets of noodles you could get, which were just like super noodles, but they were Tesco brand, and they were 8p per pack. So I just bought like 100 of them, and was like, "This is it. This is it for the next
is me for 3 months."
Yeah, next couple of weeks, just noodles every day, every night. Right? Yeah. They're not the same price anymore. But they used to be 8p, and I was like, well, why would I not? Yeah, absolute lack of nutrition. Probably terrible for you. But I was like, hey, I can eat.
That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hot nudes. The trick is, you buy the nudes, and then you get yourself a stock cube, and you add the stock cube to the nudes as well as the flavour sachet, and it instantly makes your 11p noodles taste like 22p noodles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. ADHD Rex says, I remember a point I had no money and had a pack of tortillas, and that was my meal for like 2 days until I got paid. Yeah. I am the person who has spent the entirety of yesterday surviving only by eating slices of bread. But that's because I was on deadline, so I couldn't go out to the store to get more food. And I was like, well, we've got a loaf of bread, so I guess I'm having a slice of bread for breakfast and a slice of bread for lunch and 2 slices of bread for tea. Mmm. Delicious. I'm going to go today, though, and get more stuff. So that I don't have to just eat bread.
Just had an idea.
I have some veggies in the freezer. I just don't have anything to have them with, so I'm going to go get some nudes and I'll do myself a nice stir fry or something. It'll be good. Ula says these streams are so informative in the worst way sometimes. I'm baffled. Yesterday was just one of those days where it's like, I have to, get up and immediately get to work and work right through to 6 to send off my stuff in time. And then go straight from there to life drawing, which I won't get back from till like 10 o'clock. So it was just a day where there was no chance to go out and get anything. And there was nothing left inside.
I had an idea. And I think you would like it. But trying to figure out how to incorporate it in a way that makes sense.
Ula says you have 20 minutes to run down to the shops, India. I actually didn't, Ula. I actually didn't. I got my thumbnail sent off with such a hairbreadth of time left that I was late for life drawing. I got my shoes and coat on and was about to leave and had to run back because I'd accidentally linked the wrong file. Had to run back and resend. On the bright side, at live stream, we get a free cup of tea.
That's good.
Yeah, Ula says, hang on, you had to go do live streaming that day but not get food? Priorities. Yeah, I paid like 100 and something pounds for these live drawing lessons. And I missed last week's because I was so busy I forgot it was on. So I had to go this week. It was just one of those days. Today I also have to do work, but there's other stuff I need to do, such as get food that I have time to do today, which is cool.
So I want to make a difference to our raid cannon that you might like, but I need some input from you.
Oh, what are you doing?
You remember back when we did the timber thing, and I made a cannon that you could like pick up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make a pet cannon you can like mount and use for raids.
Yeah.
So, would you
Would I?
want to have like
Ula says, Ben, your peg bar mansion would be the Wild West if this is how people live. The building would crumble. It's true. Don't rely on Doig and I to keep things in order. We need you there, Ula. We need you just climbing around the building like a spider. Making sure that people aren't just eating loaves of bread. And not moving.
like a gunner's seat behind the cannon sort of thing.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Just staring from outside the window. You just climb the outside of the building. That's where you are.
So it would turn this way, and it would
Help us, Ula.
go that way.
I think that looks awesome, Doig. What was the alternative?
I don't know yet.
Oh.
Like maybe the chair, like you sit on it here, or like you just stand and hold it this way or something.
Kesek says I can't wait to get my weekly omelette sandwich for lunch. What's an omelette sandwich? That sounds so good.
But I thought what might be cool is if I based it on what the Eclipse cannon looked like. But I don't know how.
What, the Eclipse cannon from Sonic?
Yeah.
That thing big, Doig.
I know that thing's
That
big.
thing's pretty blew up a moon. It's pretty big.
I don't know what the design. I just looked it up and it's just a bit. It's like a big starfish. Or
yeah,
something.
it's like a it's almost like a Death Star.
Well, the ray cannon could open like a starfish, maybe.
It's also got a robotic face on it.
Does it? Oh.
It fires out of the nose.
Like. I need a better brush.
Ula climbing down to the window. What are you doing with that Pam, Doig? True scenario, that would happen. 100% it would happen. It would definitely happen. Drop it. Rand says, why not the Eclipse cannon from Mega Man X? Because we don't know what that is. We haven't played Mega Man X with Frumps. Is it cool? Ula says, I remember getting omelette in between baguette sandwich thingy at bakeries in Paris. It was delicious. That sounds amazing. Kozak says just make an omelette and put it between slices of bread. What? That sounds really good. I've never thought of doing that. Ooh. Ooh, that sounds good. I love the way they prepare eggs in Japan. The way that they make, like, those little omelette pieces that are kind of sweet. Kozak says you never had egg on a sandwich. No, I've definitely had egg on a sandwich. I've just never had an omelette between 2 slices of bread. Yeah, tamagoyaki! Oh, and the ramen eggs. Oh, the ramen eggs. Oh, they're the fucking best. Ran, you can post a link. Go for it. As long as it's not a penis. They're so good. Mmm, onions in omelette. Oh, caramelized onions. Oh. Answer says I had a melty egg in my curry the other day and went to heaven. Oh, that sounds incredible. Might I get eggs today? I might get eggs today.
Oh no, eggy farts.
That's cool. That looks awesome.
What?
Ran has sent in the Mega Man cannon. So there's an image in the chat of the Mega Man cannon if you want to see it. Get some eggs! I'll get some eggs. I'm gonna get some noodles to stir fry and we're gonna make myself a veggie stir fry and maybe I'll put an egg on it.
It's pretty cool. I like that.
Just make a bunch of ramen eggs for sustenance. How does one make a ramen egg? How do you get it so perfectly melty in the middle?
But yeah, we could have a little emblem like the Robotnik emblem, but our own version of it on the on the top of the cannon. I'm thinking it could be like it folds out, so it's not there all the whole time. What do you reckon?
Yeah, that's a cool idea. I like it.
I like it as well.
That's the way you do it. Kieran says, God, I'm so looking forward to meal prep day, bro. Oh my gosh, Kieran, you and meal prep. That sounds amazing. I want a meal prep. What do you normally prep? Pokey says, isn't it just a soft-boiled egg? You never had a ramen egg? It's more than just a soft-boiled egg. It's the ultimate soft-boiled egg. It's incredible. Answer says the way to do it involves an ice bath, I think. Yeah, there's got to be a specific... Because, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you haven't had an egg until you've had a ramen egg. Well, it says someone who meal preps must be swole AF. That's why I want to meal prep. Well, if I start meal prepping, it means I must be swole. I want to do it. Get swole by attempting meal prep. I'm sorry to see it making you hungry talking about the incredible eggs. Vert says, I've been meal prepping roasted broccoli, chicken and potatoes lately. I meal prep because tasty and lazy. That sounds good! I love broccoli!
So what does meal prepping involve? You just cook a big batch?
Yeah, you cook a big batch and then you put it into normally like Tupperware containers and you freeze them. So then basically you just need to dunk that into a pan and fry it or into a pan and boil it to heat up.
Okay.
Oh, there's also something you can pop in the oven. Like someone mentioned breakfast burritos. I think normally you put those under the grill or something. But basically you do it all in one day during the week. And then for the rest of the week, you have delicious heatable meals every day. Essentially homemade ready meals that you know are good for you because you've made them. Kieran says, I used to do full-on meals, but my fiance, I've got to scroll so I can see it, introduced me to a vid that was a meal prepping breakfast burritos, and now I'm on a burrito kick. All our meals are now wrapped in tortillas for easy access in the freezer. Answer says, how to make the perfect ramen egg according to this person. It's pretty good. I'm going to check that out. No, Ren. Not a ramen drop egg. It's like a soft-boiled egg. It's better than any soft-boiled egg you've ever had. That's all. That's all. It's only the best soft-boiled egg you'll ever have. Yeah. Dizzy is such a cook a big batch, put it into Tupperware, and then leave them all on your desk. No! No! Bert says, I also prep a meal I call the lazy Ula, which is just loads of vegetables in a pot. That's good. You see, you could easily make a soup or a stew or something, and then freeze that. Yeah, Kieran, if you have pics, I'd love to see. My favourite thing at the minute is just buying bags of frozen veg and then making super fast stir fries with them. It's easy. You pour the veg into the pan, you stick the noodles in the pan, voila! Bada bing, bada boom. It takes you like 6 minutes. Kieran, thank you! Let me have a look at these. Ooh! That looks good.
Maybe not.
In the burrito.
Maybe not a bird open mouth cannon.
I love the last picture where you're just like, yeah. I mean, I don't hate it, Doig.
Oh, really?
Is this for the raid cannon?
Yeah. I feel like... What's that building that has falcons or something at the top of it in New York?
The Falcon building. The Avengers Center.
New York skyscraper.
The Swift shot. It's the big shot.
Oh, there are actually falcons up in New York. That's alright. Cool.
Hunter's got a hunt. Gotta pick off some small chidlers.
Chrysler building, New York.
Martina says, I've been using pancakes as burrito wraps recently. Oh, Martina, I tried that for a short while. It was really good. I went on a kick where I would make savoury pancakes and put fillings in them, and they were so good. Like, I'd make a pancake batter and just put a bit of salt and no sugar in it and some herbs. And then you'd put, like, sandwich fillings in them, so, like, ham and cheese. Or sometimes I'd put, like, veggie mince in there. And it's so good. They were so good.
Yeah, there it is. Something like that could be a cool cannon.
ADHD Rex says, your bad Bing makes me think of the Barry line that's always stuck in my head. It's from the Zelda How About This Game, where he says, bada bing, bada better game. It lives in my head. Nice. Honestly, it's good. I recommend it, and it's really easy and fast to make. Because, like, you don't even necessarily need milk for it. Like, normally I'd use half and half milk and water, but it's just, bung in a flour, bung in, like, an egg or two, bung in some herbs, then water or milk. There you are. That's it. Pinch of salt. Put your pancake down, put some cheese and ham in there. Baby, you got it. Yeah, Ula says I only make student / cheap pancakes. It's just egg, water and flour. Works pretty well. Yeah, it works super well, right? You just throw some herbs and a bit of salt in there, and you've got yourself like a really nice savoury pancake casing that you can then fill with things. Put the filling in, you fold the sides over, you got it. It's good. I tried it with tuna one time and I didn't really like it with tuna, so I wouldn't recommend that. But it works really well with cheese and ham and mince. Yeah, isn't that basically called a crepe? It depends, yeah. Crepe just is pancake. It's what we call crepes in England. But crepe is the name of France, I believe. A crepe. When cooking stream, you don't want to see us cook. I'm really bad at cooking.
Never cooking stream.
Really bad.
Ever.
I can make 3 things competently, and that's it. One of them is
Unless-
pancakes.
Unless it's a virtual kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah, we need a Martina cooking stream. That's true. Yeah, that would be really good and satisfying to watch. Love that.
What about this?
I mean, I don't hate it. I like the goofy one better though.
You like the goofy one better?
Yeah. Kieran says, Sam's desk, I will make a virtual kitchen one day and you're all invited. Yay! Let's have a cooking party on stream. Doig and Swift cooking with Martina stream. Martina's showing us how to cook competently. That'd be great. Pokey says, I mean, would it be satisfying because you don't get the tasty food at the end? You have to just sit there salivating at the screen. We'd have to buy, like, food to either eat beforehand or have at the end. Du, 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 du. Yeah, pancakes are different the world over. In France, they tend to be super thin. In England, we also do them pretty thin. Though I used to like mine a little bit thicker when I was a kid. Like, my parents always used to make fun of me because I'd be like, make me a thick pancake though. But we also have them pretty thin in England. However, in America, they're pretty thick and fluffy. Like, they're smaller, but taller, if that makes sense. And in Japan, they've made an art out of making pancakes as tall as they possibly can. Yeah. In Japan, they do them more like American pancakes, but there's been a trend in like the past 10 years or something where it's just like, how high can we go with these pancakes though? So now they're basically like, what are those desserts that you have to be really delicate with?
Flan?
No, not flan. The type where they deflate if you don't do it
Souffle?
properly. Souffle, that's it. They're basically souffles at this point. Yeah. They look amazing though. I really want to try one. They're huge. Macarons are so good.
What if the whole bird face was...
Okay, CL, whereabouts in the world are you? CL says, okay, souffle pancakes have been super popular lately here. I want to try one. Rio says, I made a Japanese style pancake in my Instant Pot and it worked great. What was it like eating a huge pancake that was super tall?
What if the whole cannon was this shape, India?
Oh.
Bull.
Whoa. Whoa. I mean, again, I don't hate it.
Stop saying I don't hate it. What's your like? What? How would you improve this?
It's difficult. Did you look at the books I recommended?
What book?
The Art of Treasure Planet.
No, not yet.
Do you want me to link it to you?
Okay.
Okay, one sec. What I mean by I don't hate it is that I like it. By the way. Da do 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 da da do da da do da da do. I don't know which chat it was in. Doig!
Why are mods rising like this?
Do you know which chat it was in, Doig?
No.
Because I've lost it.
I want to have like an assemble thing for the mods so that they like congregate like around here.
Well, I can't send it to you. I'm sorry. I don't know which chat it's in.
Sponsored by Dead OS just threw 5 bombs.
Nice.
Is this your new marketing strategy, Ben? Is this what they call soliciting? That's not even me. That fart timing with that bomb explosion was crazy. I'm trying to come up with a cool raid cannon design. I want to make one that's like a seated mount. So, like, it will turn, it'll come up, and it will like unfold, I think. Ooh la. Someone gift that to Ula. No! Ula subscribed with Prime Gaming. Nice one, Ula.
I was just reading about AI. I don't want to read about it anymore. Wow, that egg looks really good. Wow. Wow, look at the egg that Onster linked. Oh my gosh.
The Holoca design from Guns of Icarus, that's very good.
Load up a random AI for bird cannon ideas. I would if I didn't think it was going to be pulling from a bunch of different artists' work. Ding dong it. Oh, maybe I can just Google it and find it. Aw. Ding dang it, I can't find it.
Has anyone made a bird cannon? I would have thought so. Holoca Guns of Icarus. We don't have to make a bird cannon either. I'm just getting lots of Guns of Icarus. That's also good.
Ooh. So I take it you wanna redesign the cannon that we have currently. You're not happy with it?
Yeah, I want to make it cooler.
That's fair. I mean, we do have a friend who's very good at doing concepts specifically for Doig Swift stuff.
That's true.
We could always ask Pat whether he has a take on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Was big and small at the same time a big egg? Michael Muto.
Alright, that's so fucking cool.
You're looking at Guns of Icarus stuff.
No, I'm looking at Skies of Arcadia.
Oh, hell yeah.
Look at
Bring that up so I can see it.
just a big.
It's just a big gun. That's not a ship, that's a flying gun.
Skies of Arcadia is so fucking good.
Yeah. It's difficult though because you never really get to visually see the cannons you add to your ship. The ship designs are just the ship designs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it is just a cannon.
mhm.
As is the Delphina setting, anyway.
Maybe you can look up the concept art for Skies of Arcadia so you can see what the drawn versions look like. Do you think there's a Skies of Arcadia art book somewhere
Oh. Must be.
that I could get my hands on? Maybe you need to type in ship. Get to see some cool drawings. Jackal says almost stealing Skies of Arcadia art. What, looking at it? I don't think looking at it counts as stealing it. God, I love these Skies of Arcadia art so much. So good.
It's a good time.
Yeah. Stealing it with your mind. Taking photos with my brain. Frank Cossack says, I don't think looking at it counts as stealing. Tell that to any big AAA company in one day. What do they, like, get on people for looking at it or something?
Yeah, would you want the raid cannon to reference anything, or its own kind of thing?
I wouldn't. My thing is generally I don't want anything in our overlay to reference other stuff explicitly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay being like, oh, I really like the design aesthetic of Skies of Arcadia, and I want to create something that feels like that.
Yeah.
You know, I want that sense of nostalgia and warmth in our art, but I don't like want a Sonic the Hedgehog cannon or anything.
Yeah.
Like, I want to make our own world rather than have it be a collection of references to other things.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
You know? Which is, you know, like if we did the Deltarune stream, I'd change everything to be Deltarune themed, but we'd go back afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, I would never want our overlay to just be derivative.
Aren't you currently wearing Sonic shoes?
I am. They were a gift from Doig. And I love them.
They're
But I would never
temporary.
have this be like my permanent design for my model.
Yeah. It's your character wearing Sonic shoes. It's
Yeah.
not- Sonic shoes are part of your character design.
Exactly, yeah. Rand says they send copyright claims for even still images used in videos of any sort, like screenshots. Oh my gosh. That's too much. I'm assuming they get rebuffed a lot of the time though, because probably what people are using them for isn't to say, hey, I made this, but to say, let's talk about this video game or movie and have images so I can illustrate my points. Which should be educational use, which should put it under fair use. Make a reference to Space Patrol Luluco. She's a magical girl whose final attack has her literally turning into a gun. I think I remember Tib showing me that. She just transforms into a gun. It's incredible. What am I working on? At the minute, I'm just kind of chilling with you guys, but I'm going to be doing some cleanup on my boards for today. My boards have to be cleaned and in by Friday. So that's going to be the rest of my week. Yeah, exactly. Claiming you made the thing is stealing, but stating your sources isn't. Exactly. Or you know, using it in your own creative work without permission. If you were to say, take a background from SpongeBob SquarePants and put it into your animation, then that would be stealing it. Is referencing image stealing or not? No, referencing one isn't. I mean, I suppose it depends what you mean by referencing, but in general, referencing means just looking at something and picking parts which either inspire you or give you ideas, and then creating your own images based on those ideas or using a part of those ideas. For example, I could reference, like, for example, the way that Power's eyes in Chainsaw Man have double circles, and I could be like, I really like the idea of eyes having double circles. And I might try starting to draw characters with double circles in my own art, and that might eventually evolve into triple circles or something. And it's like, that's an iterative referenced process. But I'm not literally lassoing the eyes of Power from the comics and pasting them onto my own art. And I'm not saying, hey, I came up with this idea. It's like anything, like say you were going to write a story. You were going to write a horror story. You might want it to feel like your favourite horror stories, right? You might be like, I remember this really cool part from the Stephen King novel I read once, where they turned around and there was just something there, and I really love that idea. I want to use something like that in my own work. You're not going back and taking his writing and then plagiarising it, or pasting it in and just changing one or two things. You're rolling forward with that idea, but you're pushing it through your own filter and adding your own things in. You're not using it verbatim. Yeah. You know, you're not pasting in bits of the sentences and changing them. You're writing based on the feeling it gave you, because that feeling's been formative to your own creative process. Like, none of us could create anything if we had never seen or experienced anything in our entire lives before, because we'd have no basis for things, right?
Yeah.
You know, look at Deltarune. Deltarune is full of affectionate nods towards other video games, but they're always reinterpreted through Toby's own lens. He never just takes something, because he's commenting on it a lot of the time, or he's using tropes because he likes those tropes or they've affected him in a way and he wants to make the audience feel a certain thing. Could the same be said for photobashing? Photobashing's a bit different, because photobashing, you're literally taking something that someone else has created, pasting it into what you're making, and then kind of disguising that. So I'd say with photobashing, you kind of have to say where you got the photos from a lot of the time. You know, like if I was going to photobash something, I think I would only feel okay about putting that up as my own work if I was like, this is a collage made from these people's work.
Yeah.
Because it's not like I'm redrawing anything or using it as reference. I'm literally taking it and pasting it in, right?
I saw a clip from Satoshi Kon talking about how Darren Aronofsky made a homage in films that Darren Aronofsky done, but you could tell that Satoshi Kon was like, he was saying it in a way where he was very much not happy. He was like, a homage, yeah, right, kind of tone to the way he's saying it. Yeah, the salt in Cohen's voice was palpable. He was basically saying, like, he took my composition, my idea, and he used it in his film, and then later claimed, like, when Cohen asked him directly about it, it was like, oh, you know, that's a homage. Like, it's like, okay. It's not a homage if you're not putting it through a different filter. Like, if you're not putting your own interpretation on top of it, then you're just taking it. Yeah.
Kylie says, oh, use your own photos. Yeah, exactly. Rio says, what's a photo bash? It's basically when you just take a bunch of photos or pieces and you put them together in a way that alters the original image.
I just photo bash my own painting.
Like, yeah. the simplest possible terms, say you take a wolf that someone's taken a photograph of and a background that someone else has photographed, and you put them together, and then you say, hey, I made this collage. That's basically it. But a lot of people use photo bashing to inspire their own work. So I know a background artist who will photo bash stuff together to create their own like landscape, and then they'll use that photo bash as reference to actually do the painting. So the actual painting won't include any photos in it. It will just be an interpretation of the environment they've created. So they use it as kind of a thumbnailing first step almost, and then use that as a reference. So using photo bash as a reference and saying no, because none of the photos or anything are appearing in the final work, and you're again interpreting it through your own lens. So you're not painting the photos like as if you're drawing still life, like you're not trying to get them as accurate as possible. You're using it as inspiration and reference. You know, it's a difference between, for example, a fan artist drawing a character where you can see they've drawn it, so they've got their own style coming through, their own flares coming through, the way they draw hair comes through, the way they draw eyes comes through, their colour sensibilities come through. It's their thing. So, for example, Onsta drawing Kiryu, and Onsta taking a Kiryu image from an official art site and saying, I made this because I also put Majima in the image from a different photo.
So I kind of think of the artistic thing, the art journey being broken down into input, process, output. And if this side outweighs this side, you tend to be in like
a dodgy place.
No, you're in a better place. So say
Sorry, I'm just tuning in.
let's say you take reference from something. And that's like your input, okay?
Yeah.
Like if your reference photo or your things that you're using manage to go from here to here to here, and they end up pretty much in the same shape form, then you've not allowed your artistic process to change, alter, amend, augment. Like if something that you take goes from here through your artistic process and ends up in your execution and can be like seen, then you haven't had an artistic process on the things you're inputting.
Unless it's literally a study you're doing.
Yeah, so that a study would be...
Yeah, a study would be, I've taken this screenshot and I'm trying to reproduce it because I'm studying how they use light, form, composition, whatever. But that's why whenever people do studies, they say this is a study. They don't say, I created this artwork. They say, this is a study of X, Y, or Z. So just like if you looked at a photo of Kiryu, you wouldn't say Onsta's stealing the reference image she's using of Kiryu to draw her stuff, because you can see very clearly, like, Onsta's style and her interpretation of the character is different to the way that it is in the original artwork. So how much alteration makes it an artistic process? Basically, just you doing it yourself, rather than reproducing what the reference is. It's the human interpretation that makes it that way. It's the artist's vision. It's their intent. Right? And it's also just making sure that you do your due diligence in that if you are explicitly using something from someone else in your artwork, you say so, and you don't claim it as being yours. That's basically it. You know, if you're explicitly using something that doesn't belong to you in your artwork, say so. And otherwise, you know, have fun interpreting stuff your own way and adding your own flavor to things. That's the whole point of art, is it's an expression of you. You know, the art is an expression of the artist. A lot of the time they're trying to say something or evoke a feeling, or they just love drawing this character, so they're going to draw them in a million different poses. That's the beauty of it. See you, Midnight Muffins! You know, just like it's hard to say how much of something is nature versus nurture, art isn't a process where you can just be like, this percentage of it means you're good, this percentage of it means you're bad. You just generally have to handle it in a way where you believe it's moral. Because it's a very human process. Hug of War says, this is super interesting. How do you think hyperrealism fits into the artistic process? Hyperrealism fits into it in the fact that someone who does hyperrealistic art will have studied human anatomy, probably from life drawing and real people, for many, many, many years in order to get to the point where they can draw a human realistically enough themselves to be able to do that. So yeah, it's years and years and years of study of the human figure, of anatomy, life drawing, doing studies of film or photography or dancers or theatre or music or whatever they're looking at to produce what they come up with.
I often feel like you can produce a hyper realistic piece that still adds a slant or a bias, or pulls something out of the subject that the reference photo maybe hints at, but like,
oh
I
yeah,
feel like you can produce a hyper realistic piece that still makes a statement about.
The point is, a lot of the time when an artist creates a super realistic piece, they'll have asked the model to pose in a certain way, and they'll be drawing from the model. They won't be drawing from someone else's artwork to copy it 100%, because there's no point in one artist 100% copying another artist's work, because then you're not saying anything. Like, that's not what artists are generally in it for. So generally an artist will have either taken their own photo, or they'll have a model in front of them and they'll tell them, I want the lighting like this, and I'd like you to pose like this, and I'm going to paint you. And when it comes to hyperrealism, the skill is very much in the execution of how realistic you can make it, right? It's like, how far can I push this art form on my own skills to get to the point where this is so realistic, it's as realistic as I can go. That's its own challenge, right? Just like when you animate, trying to animate something where it feels as realistic as possible is its own challenge. And it's the same for people who do hyperrealistic art. But yeah, you'll probably never find a hyperrealistic artist just copying someone else's work. They may use a photo as reference, but they'll either have taken that photo themselves or have permission to use it.
Oh, when I said changing shape, I was meaning more that how to put this? If you're producing a hyperrealistic piece, you're not literally putting the photo on the canvas and then the photo itself is there, but you've had to pull all of the elements, the shape, the form, and everything from the reference, reproduce it, and put it onto the canvas. And that's the process.
Yeah, and that's hard. That's like, it takes years of training to be able to do that accurately. It's very tough. Lots of life drawing and stuff. Let's see, Nordross says, what about tracing an animation with your own character and say it's your animation? I saw this on TikTok with one person, I can't really tell if this is stealing. If you're tracing an animation with your own character, that is a bit dodgy, I think. I think you need to say where you've traced that from. Like, that's called rotoscoping, but generally rotoscoping is used when you take live action footage and trace over it. It never really used to be a problem that people would trace over other people's animation until we got to the internet age. But yeah, to trace over someone else's animation and say it's your animation because it's got your character in it is a little dodgy. I think you want to say, hey, I traced over this person's animation with my character. Because a lot of people might come to that and think that you created that movement. It's from your brain, which it's not. I think it's a bit dishonest to imply it is, personally. Let's see. Jack Wolf says that when you process something that requires tools to do it, would the kit bashing of the photos not technically be artistic processing? Yeah, it's a form of it, but it's a form of it which is collage and photo bashing. So you would say that, right? You wouldn't be like, I painted this from my brain, this is all mine. You'd be like, this is a photo bash from these things. And that's like a totally valid way of doing art. Like some people are collage artists. They make things out of existing photos. And that's totally fine. They just say this is a collage of this stuff.
Collage is really fascinating.
Yeah.
I think film a lot of the time requires that kind of juxtaposition of elements and collage of different shots.
Yeah.
You can say something by placement, both in space with a collage, but also in time with film. So there's...
Yeah.
We're talking about art, and it's yeah.
Yeah. Jack Wolf says, of course, but then it's up to the person not to lie about the sources. 100%. That's it. That's any art form, though. Like, that's anything, Jack Wolf. Like, I could literally just take someone else's music and say it's mine if I want to. It would make me a shitty person, but I could do it. It's always just about humans being honest about it. You know, I could take, a Toby Fox track and change one note and say, hey, it's been transformative. This is my piece now, because I've changed this note. And I could do that. Again, it would make me dishonest and it wouldn't make me a good musician. But you could do it. So yeah, you're always relying on artists to be honest. You're relying on everyone to be honest all the time, which is why it's important to hold people accountable when they're not, so that you're making sure they're not stealing other people's work just for the clout, just to get the likes or the views or the money or whatever they want. Like, there was a case of an animator who got hired by people because he literally went around, found people's animation he liked or people's showreels he liked and traced it, and then submitted that as work for his clients. Yeah, he got found out and it was a huge thing because it's like, you've just been tracing other people's work and submitting it as your own work to clients who have asked you to make an animation for them. And everyone was like, all the animators whose work was stolen were really upset about it. Because that person was coasting on their skills in order to do that. Like Kurzek said, a little higher up. When I can find Kurzek's comment again.
I think it's interesting that in language we say taking inspiration.
I can't find it, but I remember what she said, which was that if you're tracing over someone else's animation, then you're essentially stealing the timing and the spacing, which is a huge part of solving the animation that animators do. And it's part of the process. So you're taking that directly from them instead of solving those problems yourself. Yeah. Yeah, and AG She-Rex said, even with rotoscoping, you're often reinterpreting. If you're a good animator, you are. There are some animators who will just directly trace. But if you're a good animator, the process of rotoscoping isn't just tracing. It's also reinterpreting the poses to make the silhouettes clearer, to get more pleasing arcs on the arms and feet and stuff. Like, you're doing a lot of work in there using your animation technical knowledge that you've gained through practice in order to make the movement more pleasing, more readable, etc., etc. You know, in exaggerating stuff as well, because one thing is, if you rotoscope something straight up, it always looks weird and kind of floaty. So in order to make rotoscoping look good, you have to really exaggerate the ups and the downs in order to make it not feel uncanny. Yeah, exactly, Jack Wolf. It was a bit of a shit show. Yeah, it's essentially the acting animators do, right? Yeah, there's definitely a layer that goes on top of it. Acting is a part of it, yeah, but it's only a part of it, as Kozak says. Yeah, there are a lot of people nowadays who will steal for the internet clout, and it's disheartening. Because it's really stepping on the people who are trying to put the work in to make their own thing. You know, when you spend 6 months animating a music video, only to have, 60 other people trace your video and then not say it's from your video with their own characters is a bit disheartening. Especially when, something of theirs might blow up and get them 3 million views, which they monetize and make money off, and yours is sitting at, 2,000 views or something. Which is why it's important, if you do that, to say, hey, I traced this movement, like I rotoscoped this from this person's animation. Please go check them out. They're one of my inspirations and they're brilliant. Like, artists supporting artists is what you want. There's nothing wrong with doing that kind of thing, so long as you're honest about it. That's the main thing. And yeah, we do kind of have to rely on people to be honest. That's just the way of the world. Anyone in the world can steal anything from anyone else and say it's theirs. You just have to hope people don't. Why do people have to suck? Some people do. Some people are really cool. You have to remember in times like those that, hey, there are good people also in the world. There are people who will support you and be, friends to you and everything, and who will give your work the props that it deserves. Swoodle says, especially because you can ask permission. Yeah, like if someone came up to me and said they were really inspired by my work or made a thing, I'd be so stoked. Exactly, yeah. You could ask permission. Some people don't because they're scared you'll say no and they want to do it anyway. And that's kind of the first warning sign, is if they don't ask you permission because they're scared you'll say no and they want to make it anyway, then they're already kind of not respecting what the original artist would want. So, yeah. It can be hard to ask an artist and for them to say no, but you have to respect that in the end. Learning to respect other people's wishes is kind of part of learning to be an artist as well as just a good person. Yeah.
I just had a thought from what you were talking about there, Swifty. It's related to us, but I think it's the kind of thing that I should talk to you off stream about.
Okay.
Or let me mute for a second.
Okay.
And see, because we can talk about that. We can talk about that on stream, but not give.
Do you want to just mute and tell me?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Ahoy! We're back. Doig wanted to talk to me about a copyright thing that we're dealing with at the minute, but I'd rather not discuss it on stream just because it's a big conversation. So it will take us like 40 minutes to talk through it, and it will involve breaching NDAs that we're currently in. So I'm like, we can't really do that. I appreciate you wanting to bring it up, and it's an interesting discussion, but also we're under contract, so we can't. Yeah, let's not breach NDA. We'll have to keep our secrets for now until we can eventually tell you what it was about, at which point you'll have forgotten that this even happened, probably. Yeah, NDAs are kind of scary. But I guess they have to be, right? To keep us artists in line. There's enough leaks, I guess, without... even though they are scary, there's still enough leaks. Personally, I feel like I'd like to try a project where it was something I owned, and therefore I didn't need to be under NDA for it. Because personally, like, I get them. Big corporations don't want other corporations to steal their ideas and do them faster. I get that. But NDAs are such a pain in the butt. I'd love to try a project without any, because I think that you're missing a bunch of self-promotion that NDAs step on. I think being able to talk about a project is great and drums up interest. So at some point I'll do my own project and I can just talk about it all day long and it'll be great. Doodle says, I don't feel like most of the leaks I see are from artists. That's true, they're not. But they are from people under NDA, presumably. Did we do the Animoni challenge yet? Yeah, let me promote that. What do you mean? Do you mean did we post it?
I think she means have the people in the chat done the challenge.
I see. Yeah. Shanu says, I always feel like I walk a fine line with the gift models I make. Though it's usually for the maker, I realise it's gifts are part of asking for permission, always a gamble. Oh, but it's a gift, Shanu. Like, I think for most people, having you make a model of their character that you then give to them, like, you're not releasing that and being like, this is my character I made. I think people really appreciate it and love it. It's just like doing fan art of someone's character for them, you know? Yeah, it's a gift. Because I said, did the Lighthouse ever discover how the Cuphead storyboards were leaked all those years ago? That's true. Jack Wolf said I MS painted something. Let me see. This is very good. Is this a cannon? It's a Borb cannon. A Borb cannon. Borb. Swoodle says my old company went as far as wiping people's computers after each project is completed to prevent leaks between completion and publishing. There's a project that I'm working on where they're considering sending the artist computers that they have to work on. So that they're working on a computer, I think, where they can monitor, number one, how many hours you're working, number two, that you're not leaking anything out. On one hand, I'm like, oh, free computer, cool. On the other hand, I'm like, they'll take it back afterwards. And also, you know, so it's a lot. It's a lot. Who said they would not take that job? Yeah, a lot of other people, I think, feel similarly when that kind of thing comes up. I have a few friends who've worked on projects where they've been asked to do similar things, and it's always like...
Particularly if you're working from home. You
yeah.
know? Like...
I mean, definitely, like, it's not confirmed or anything, but it is, like... There is always a thought of, like, can they see or hear me? Jack Wolf says, you know what's funny? 90% of the time leaks come from the publisher, messing up sending images and clips places. That is quite funny. Hi, little man. Yeah. Swoodle says, I hate that. I refuse to work on anything that tracks my hours or mouse movement. Yeah, because especially with stuff like boards, where if I'm storyboarding something, my first week is spent away from the computer with a notebook, just doodling little thumbnails or thinking of ideas. To someone who doesn't understand the process, that process to them is going to look like 0 hours at the computer, right? Even though I'm working. You know, a lot of it is thinking with storyboards. So there may well not be mouse movement for 40 minutes because I'm thinking through a problem. Zombie says, wait, is this kind of meant to be held? No, I believe it's going to be mounted.
Yeah, I'm just riffing.
You're just playing. It reminds me of Unit 2 from Evangelion.
Really?
Those colours.
Yeah, I'm just messing with color and painting because.
Why not?
But I'm also kind of demonstrating that I'm using my own kit, like photo bashing inside of my own design process. I was just like overlaying stuff and layering it up and everything.
Doodle Cool says, I saw you can buy a device that nudges your mouse every few seconds to make your boss think you're on a desk. The fact that has to exist, right? We have that too. It's called a cat. Yeah, that's really productivity gone bonkers. Because especially in animation jobs, you can't measure someone's productivity by whether their mouth is moving on the computer or not.
There's
You
a
just can't.
Lower Decks Star Wars animated episode kind of dedicated to this sort of feeling of like artificial introducing a way to artificially stimulate productivity meant that everyone got so hyper focused on what they fulfill in their quotas that their quality of work went down and the ship like nearly exploded.
Yeah. There's no trust. You guys are right. It makes your job as an artist less pleasant. So it's a real problem.
The Boimler effect? Is Boimler one of the characters? I forget.
People do the best work when they feel respected and trusted. Like, companies doing this is actually making the job more unpleasant, which is a huge problem because people aren't going to want to do it anymore. You'll have to find your storyboards elsewhere, companies, if you keep trying to crack down on whether artists are moving their mouse or not.
Viva la revolution.
Yeah, Swiddle says, if the work gets handed in on time and it's really good, how long I was at my desk doesn't really matter. Agreed. If you're doing the amount of work they want you to do in the time that you were meant to do it, then there should not be a problem. Doesn't matter how people do it. Like, everyone has their own techniques.
At your last job, you had to track the time for every single task we did, and it sucked so much, hence the quitting. See, did they then take time to spend time reading and confirming what you were doing? Because that's just fucking a waste of time. Did the work get done? Yes? No? I think it's all about like trying to make things go faster.
Yeah.
I was on a production where the priority didn't really seem to be what work was getting done, but like one task is not equal to another task. Very much so not on an animation production.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to like estimate how long things will take based on like just the numbers is it doesn't really equate easily. So planning around that almost becomes too distant from the process itself.
Yeah. Likewise, Pikachu, I'm in the same boat. I literally can do my job less well when I'm under stress. I work best when I'm enjoying it and having fun and feel creative. And when I feel like I'm under a lot of pressure, I get too panicked and insecure to be able to take any risks or play around with any ideas. And so my work literally becomes more rigid and less interesting. And it stresses me out and makes me panic. gives me the old panic attacks. It's not good. Yeah. Jack Wolf says, I wonder if we'll ever get understanding between people who don't know how a thing works and the people working. That's why I think that a lot of the time the bosses need to be someone who has experience working in that thing, so they understand the process. I think pairing someone who is working on the thing with someone who's good at managing or tracking time is probably the best way to do it, because you need both. If you have just the people who don't understand the process at the top, it makes it hell for everyone underneath. If you have just the creative people at the top, there might not always be the best managers or time trackers. Yeah, production assistant who've animated our saviors. Yeah, like I've worked on some projects with some production assistants who have really saved my ass. They are so important. Like when the team is working with the production assistant and you all understand each other, it's so helpful.
It's different.
It's incredible. Yeah. So good. Like, production can be your best friend or your worst enemy, depending on how the communication is between the two departments.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, unsung heroes for sure. For sure, production assistant isn't a role that normally gets shouted out a lot. But I mean, I'll give you a specific example. I can't go into details because NDA. But when I was working on Transformers, we had 2 production assistants on our team who were literally the best and just the coolest, nicest people ever. And I'd work with them again in a heartbeat, and they saved our asses so many times and were so helpful and just made everything so much easier. Like, truly unsung heroes. Absolute goated. Just wonderful people. Tikachu says, no, once because I have experience as a coordinator. I wonder if you can do a project in your free time where you get to coordinate for it so you can have something for your CV.
What you do there is you just get a bunch of friends, make something fucking amazing.
Yeah, and you do the job you want to do on it.
Yeah.
But as well as doing that, if you're going to do that, make sure you, if you can, contact production coordinators who are already in the industry just to check like what their responsibilities are, make sure you're doing it the way that it would be done.
And then you just keep working on it with the people and keep making fucking amazing things, and then just never get hired.
Yeah, and also remember,
and keep making cool stuff.
The most important thing, only work with people you're sure that you'll work well with.
Oh, yeah.
Do not get trapped on a project with people who you're not sure are going to be able to take it seriously or deliver. Because it will be just like the group projects that we all took at school and university, which were terrible, except so much worse because now you're trying to do it for your career and you're still having to carry all the weight.
I'm like one of the people you wouldn't have wanted on your group projects. I'll just put that this way. So take India's advice with like, be like, yeah, cool. Take my advice with the absolute hugest granite boulder of salt. Because I don't work well in teams. I don't.
You work pretty well with me.
Swifty absolutely does, and so I'm lucky in the times when we get like paired up on projects, because I'm all generalist skill, gets work done, but absolutely hates team like I don't handle being employed very well. Mentally, I get the work done, but the toll it takes on me,
yeah, no, I don't think you should. Like, you are someone who does not enjoy the process of that, and so I'm happy to afford you the freedom to not be part of it. Yeah, Swoodles, I'm also bad at time estimates, same as you. The difference is I can often not get things done in the week, even if I have the deadline for that, because I often find that I need more time than I think I'm gonna. Either that or the production times on things are too short to allow me the time I need. Yeah, Dizzy, it says I straight up can't be micromanager at my productivity dropping by miles. Yeah.
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 I am very much a person who is like, the deadline does not matter, the quality of the thing matters. So if this takes more time than I've been allotted, well, I'll do my best, but I'll just keep pushing for more time.
I really care about deadlines. I care a lot about deadlines, which makes the fact that I find them hard to... Sometimes I find them hard to match with extra stressful. Because I care so much, I will kill myself trying to get a deadline in on time.
Whereas I'm like, that's unfeasible. I would ask for more time.
Yeah.
That's why I'm late on stuff. So.
But also you're honest about it. You're just like, hey, I think I can give this to you, but I think it could be better and I would like to spend more time on it.
Yeah. I take that shit in my stride.
I feel like he says, I love deadlines. I like the whooshing sound they make as they fly by. Douglas Adams.
That's me.
What a legend. So good. Oh, that's so funny. Well, I'm gonna have to leave. Yeah, Douglas Adams is the GOAT for sure. I'm gonna have to go because I have to focus on work, and there's also some stuff I need to send off today. So I'm gonna have to make a really fast run to town. Are we a couple? We are. A couple of dweebs.
That's how we work.
Yeah. We are. We're best friends, and also we are partners. A couple of nerds! Swish, can I pick you up a carrot? Yeah, I can. I'll get you one. What would you like?
I love working in just color. I'm really bad at look at my lines.
I love your lines.
Look at my lines.
I love that. Don't even. I love it. Because it says I would like one ramen egg, please. Oh, me too. So Ula says they are twins in the same way that Arnold Schwartz or whatever and Danny DeVito are twins. What? As long as I get to be the Danny DeVito in this scenario, I'm happy.
What do you mean, what? What? There's a film. There's a film. Guess what the name of it is?
So Passon says, can you speak Pig Latin? Esye.
Kurzik, it's not Junior. Is it Junior? I thought Junior was the one where Arnold Schwarzenegger gets impregnated.
What?
Oh yeah.
Can you speak regular pig?
But I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure they've been in a couple of films together, and one of them was twins, where Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito are born twins, and they were separated at birth, and they find one another. You know that film, right, India? You know that film, right?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I clicked on Jack Wolf's drawing, and it's extremely good. It looks like stamps of Cromwell just tried to fly and just face planted. That's extremely good. Thank you very much. Their face. I love them. Splat. Incredible.
Ula says it is the greatest movie of the 80s.
Austin Spafford says, can confirm it was a movie. Yeah, I can hear that image. It's a good image. Rio, you can post something. I'm gonna have to run though, so you better post it fast. Because I'm 1 foot out the door as we speak. I'm late for crimes! Bird crimes! That's very good. I love this artist, Fish Crow. I've seen a bit of their stuff before. They're so good. Heck yes. Shout out for Fish Crow. Onster, can you post something? Yeah! Of course you can. Always, Onster.
Always Onster. Always Onster.
What is this? This is pretty. What is this? Onster, thank you for your request. What is this? It's pretty. What is this? You got a new room. It's when you just chatting. Oh my gosh, it's so chill.
Wait.
I love it.
Did Onsta's grab not work? No, it's not got a JPEG or PNG at the end. It needs to be the image itself, or it doesn't know what to do with it.
Oh, see you again, Fang. Thank you so much for hanging out. You have an awesome day. It's great. Oh, Onsta, I'm excited. I'm excited to see it in action. That's so pretty. It looks like you're like in an apartment gazing over Tokyo or something. I love it. Is that the artist's signature at the bottom saying thank you for asking them to do it for you? That's so cool. Kurzek is in it. What? I can't see Kurzek. Okay, this is what? Excuse me? It's by Hashio81. Kurzek lives there now. Incredible.
Oh yeah, I said to Onsta that I would tell her the nice things that I was saying about her, but I wouldn't do it on stream. But we haven't actually connected since I said that, so I'm just gonna say it on stream.
Yeah.
But I was talking to a friend, and we were kind of talking about, I guess stuff in confidence. So I won't say what it was, but in the midst of this is lovely. This is lovely.
Yeah, isn't it?
Beautiful. In the midst of the convo, Onsta came up, and I was saying that Onsta has been like an amazing person to know, and that being around Onsta just wants you to be friends with the friends that Onsta has. She just wants her friends to be friends, and it's really delightful. And that was what I was saying.
It's so nice. Yeah, Onsta, you make our lives so much brighter. You're such a wonderful person, and you deserve all the things.
For a second, it sounded like you were going to knife her. What?
What? We would never! She's been a great person to know, but she's gotta go! No!
No, not at all.
I've gotta go, so I'll catch you guys later.
I remember... Okay, bye, Swift.
Yeah, see you guys. I gotta go and pack up some stuff and send it. So I'll catch you guys later. Bye!
Do you want me to go, or...?
I would love some help, but you don't have to go if you don't want to.
I don't want to.
Alright. Then I will pack some things.
Okay. I'm making cannons for you.
Yeah, for me, huh?
Yeah, for you.
Is there a place I can see the orders?
Online on doigswift.com. On the Squarespace, on the Commerce tab. Okay. If you get stuck, let me know. But yeah, I was just talking about how, like, in terms of like online collaborations and that sort of stuff, people who are kind of higher profile and have been for a while, they tend to be like way more guarded about, you know, who they talk to and how they talk to you and all that sort of stuff. So India and I, being scrubs of generally online content creation, I've kind of experienced this thing where, like, we've interacted with higher profile people, but it's always been a sort of like the business side. Just talking about the fact that, like, I remember the first time we got raided, I think it was by Cause I'm Dan Jones, and I went and I was listening to him like, but how did this happen? I remember hearing someone's voice on there being like, oh, it's Doig and Swift! And turns out it was Onsta, who was like, we should raid them. And oh, lovely. But just talking about the fact that there's like people who are high profile and stuff that I've spoken to in the last year, let's say. I'm not gonna go into details or whatever, but it's just been so casual kind of thing that it's been a nice, it's been cool, you know? You just vibe and chat and it's cool. So yeah. Like Ula's high profile. Ula's a fantastic animator, and he just stumbled in one day and was like, I'm an onion. And we were like, yeah.
Hello.
Happy give compliments to people who are terrible at taking them day, says Pilkey. Yeah. Hank is also high profile. Yeah. Hank is an amazing artist. Whoop whoop for Henke. I will talk in vagueness now. There was one point we went to a cinema outing, and this was way before streaming. This was way before anything, and we knew at the cinema outing there was going to be a couple of people that India had been listening to. They had a podcast, and we knew they were going to be there, and we thought they were really cool. We went up to them, and we were just like, "Oh, hey, did you join the movie?" And like, all three of them turned to look at us like deer in headlights of just kind of like, we've been approached. And there was just this awkward moment, and I always remember this as the kind of one of the catalysts of the realization of like, oh, I don't know if they want to talk to us. Oh, what's kind of like, what do we do wrong? Like, how do we talk to people? What is even that? What is that even? How do you, and all these thoughts. And that was the day where I made the realization of like, if you want to be in a cool circle of people, if you want to like get into a cool circle of people, make your own circle and be your own circle. And that was the day where I was like, we should make a Discord server, or we should just be us. And that would yeah, it was a moment. So I don't know why I'm talking about it now, but yeah, it's funny how those really awkward moments in your life make you decide to do something that's genuinely like ends up being a good decision. Kurzik says, I infiltrated your circle, dog. Yeah, I guess you did. Yeah. It reminds me of the lyrics in Danny Don't You Know that really resonated with me, which was you finally found your tribe. Oh, that one hit me. That was a good like there are tribes out there, but if you like try and get into them, you might not gel as much, but if you like just be genuine and be you and whatever, you'll get fine, or at least, yeah. And it doesn't have to be a big circle, but it needs to be more than 2 people because that's a line. maybe you need at least 5 people because 4 is a square. You can be a square if you want to be. We'll be squares. You need something with a radius. You are behind me. I didn't. India's sitting behind me, and I didn't. I thought you were, but I thought you just picked up a book and left. Oh no, she's just listening. Are you doing a doodle for someone? Oh, she's doing a doodle for someone. It's okay to be a line though. Maybe you'll even get snorted. Henke! Henke, no! Don't be someone's drug. What? I want to see. Yeah, I want to see. Do I need to sign it? Yeah. Okay. Has Swift ever hijacked Doig's face rig? I don't think so.
You wanted to sign this and I'll hijack your face rig?
Swift is about to hijack my face rig. Who's this for?
I'm not gonna say it on the mic.
Aww.
Hi guys, I'm a bear now. I'm a bear. Look out, bear. So, how's it going? How you doing? Ow. Ow. It's weird seeing Doig piloted by someone capable of emotion. That's me! No way. It's so cute, Doig. Hi. It doesn't get my blinks though. When I blink, it looks to the side instead. I'm blinking a lot. It doesn't know what to do. Do the puffy cheeks. That's a great idea. Yeah. Puffy cheeks. Pa. Pa. The fire is there. Put the fire on. Bah! I love it too. I can wiggle my eyebrows. It gets it. Bear. Did you sign it, Doig? Did you sign it? He did. Well then, Doig, come back. I gotta go. I got work. What am I going to do now? I gotta work. No. Doig. Doig. He's gone. Come back. Doig. I'm mad. I have to get to work, and he's just left. Here he comes. Doig, stop. Come and sit down. Alright, I'll see you guys. Beautiful. I'll see you guys later. Bye!
Hello again. What do you mean piloted by someone who shows actual emotion? Can't believe you. The darkness returns. I kind of like that's how you view me. We're two sides of the same. I'm Marabubba. What's Marabubba?
Someone get the clip, please.
Evil has returned to the land. It's the time of shadows? Is that what is in Never After?
Yeah.
Marabubba. Marabubba. I'm drawing a cannon. I don't know Marabubba. Oh. Is it Merida from Wave? It's a drawfee thing. Okay.
It's my favorite Disney princess, Melviva.
Melody.
Shut up. We're watching drawfee down in front.
It's my favorite Disney princess, Melviva.
Melody, from Wave. From Wave.
If you could be brave, would you? Melviva would. I won a contest from my own hand. I'm Melviva.
Her own hand?
In marriage.
In marriage?
I won an archery contest. Melviva.
I'm married to myself.
Melviva.
She's like a Pokemon. Kind of.
I wished my mom will be a bear now. Oh no. Melviva, you've done it again.
This is the only Disney movie with a laugh track. And every time she says, I'm Mero Biba, the audience roars with laughter. Because they're also bears.
Is this her bear mom?
Yeah.
Or is this just a bear?
Well, we don't know.
Oh, mom, you're so unfair. I'm Melviva.
I'm just glad this makes you so happy.
Sometimes I think about the enormity of my mistake and the pain and suffering I've caused those closest to me, and I wonder if it's worth it to continue going. I'm Mero Biba. We know you're Mero Biba.
That's what she has to keep saying. She'd like to ground herself. She's like getting too drunk. She's like, remember who you are. I'm Melviva.
I'm Mero Biba.
I'm Melviva.
Jesus.
Is anyone still watching this episode?
this episode, Nathan and I were having a conversation where Nathan was like, I really want like a banger episode. Nathan was like, we haven't had like a real like explosive banger in a while.
No.
And I was like, counterpoint, Mela Biba.
Yeah, let's, not this one, but maybe at some point.
This could be it. This Mero Biba could take
Mero
off.
Biba, yeah.
I think it's tired.
That was very
I
good.
can't imagine why.
Is this the kind of banger episode you were hoping to, really launch us?
The numbers will tell. We'll be able to go back and look at the view count on this episode.
Why am I up here?
And say, wow, people love the Mero Biba.
They did love her. The people have spoken.
Who's Deep Blue Ink? Is that who animated it? Oh. Animateds are fun. Alright, shut up. Shut up now. Oh my god. I couldn't hear it for all the laughter and the cheering. Mawabiba. Alright, wait. Music. I'm gonna listen to it again when I can't hear you. Oh, this is a good crow. It's a good crow. The Game Changer animateds are great. Yes. Game Changer is amazing. Game Changer is life. Everything Dropout TV seems to do is just a banger. Buenenli Malogan is my favorite spirit animal. Don't fall. Listen. Don't fall over. Don't fall over! Ah, I should just make these kinematic when I put them down. At least I brought it back. Jesus God. Okay, hang on. I think Kuma has found a fly. For he is throweth himself at window. Did you get it? No? It's like living with ghosts. Poltergeist. The second. No, there's no second leftover pizza on the floor. I don't like this reputation that seems to be building up about me.
Where are the antelopes?
The cool ones. I don't. They not in the cupboard? Alright, be right back, everybody. Thank you very much, Mega Boss Boar. Be right back. I return. Um. Because it's like Swift colors, right? So majestic, yeah. Sides, these side parts could be like wings or something. Some big exaggerated eyes. Yeah, okay. Oh, thanks. Holding it. Wait. What is this? What is this? What is it? What the hell did it do to the image? What? It looks like a UV unwrap of my model. It oh, I fell over. Let me fix canvases. For tomorrow or whatever. What was it meant to look like? Oh, that is weird. I'm noticing the rate of following is going up. I think it's because we're actually making art in the art category. Who'd thunk it? Feels like it's been a while since I've actually painted on stream. I bet you there's a huge contingent in the audience going, wait, Doig can paint? Okay, I understand. I use a brush that's got texture, but it also changes the kind of the hue and the saturation and the value. Sorry, the value. With each stroke. That's how I'm layering in the subtle kind of color stuff. And then just rolling with. And PNG. No! Never be replaced by the PNG tubers again. Not sure about these extra layers. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the bottom one. The top one's okay. Listen. Thinking like India's little fringe bit of hair could be like the site or something. It's gonna be the raid cannon new one. I think he... Yeah, I think he said documents. Bless you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Scary little bird eye. Okay, so India was saying that I'd be welcome to accompany her when she's about to go out and post stuff and pick up food and things. So I think I'm gonna head off and do that. But we got, I don't know what we got here. Started some stuff. We can work on it again tomorrow. But yeah. Indy, you want to help me sign off? You're unmuted now.
Oh,
You sleepy?
yeah, I am actually. This is accurate.
Do you want to be unslept?
Sure.
There you are.
Here I am. Wah.
Shake it off, shake it off. Shake
Are
it
you
off.
gonna stream again when you get back, or are you off for today?
I think I'm off for today.
Alright, thanks for joining us and looking at Doig paint beautiful things. Look how good his colours are, even when he's just painting like something which is grey. Anyway, thank you guys.
What do you mean something that is grey?
Like, this bit here is like grey, but the way that you paint it, it's got so much like life and warmth to it.
Aww.
Anyway, we have to go because I have to get to work and run some errands.
You'll get to see the credits sequence, India.
Yeah.
You want to see it?
Yeah, I do. Do you think it'll still have name at the end?
No.
Okay, good. I'll see.
Ha! Dodged.
Whoa! Yeah! Yeah!
Alright, everybody.
Wah!
Thank you. And whoever we're rating, we're coming for you.
Yeah.
Alright. May the rest
Of your day.
be filled
With it's like that gif of the mascot trying to run through the field. It's just explosions. Adventure.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Oh, we're safe here, Doig. They can't get us here.
We're great.
What you gonna do about it? What you gonna kazoo about it?
You ready? Credits?
Yeah, let's go. Oh, Bautissimo was there. Rosamir, most Sonic and most likely to be here next stream. Most Sonic appeared twice. Thrice. I got some notes. I got a cooler shirt too. We're gonna have to fight, Ran. We're gonna have to take it out back. I won something on Steramowina. Kiko, you won the stream. La da 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 da. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I like how Doig did not set off any kind of raid. I guess I'll do it. Let's see, who should we raid? Let's raid Clyde. Because he doesn't have as many viewers as Pirate Software. There we go. Alright, Doig's left his desk to chase a cat, so I guess I'm just here on my own. So, I'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna send you off. Bye, everybody! Have a great day! Bye! That was just you and me, VOD Squad. Doig! Come back here! Well, before you help Kuma to poop, do you want to end the stream? Don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. We raided.